All right, guys. Biology week 16. I apologize, I did not have a session last week. I consider it because I had the testing, but most of the people tested last week, so we're good this week. If you're a 10th grader and you did not test and I called you, you need to be testing, so you have to go to this one of those get you set up. So again, biology week 16. Now, everything you guys learn in biology, like first semester, it's like, in my opinion, it's like kind of harder stuff to learn. Because like you say, okay, cell, go for it. Like, tell me everything about a cell. And you're just like, you just can't see it. It doesn't apply to your life at all, really. I mean, you know you're made up of cells, but you don't ever see one. So you can just like, oh, let me just look at my cell real quick, and just like pull one off and look into it. You can't get it. All this stuff that you're learning now is stuff that you should hopefully be able to see. In theory, touch everything. It's right there. It is the real thing. So that's, in my opinion, this stuff is easier to learn than the other stuff. So let's go ahead and get through this. A couple things we need to go over before we get going. We have about 4 weeks left of school, approximately 4 weeks left of school. That's important because some of your grades may not be where you want them to be, and you need to make sure that you get them where you need them to be. I am going to be probably right after the end of, like probably right after May 22nd, I'm going to go ahead and zero out the whole rest of the year. The zero's in for everything. Now, you can still make them up. Okay, the final will be a 0, but as soon as you do it, it will change the score. The reason why I do that is so you know what your bottom score possibly could be. So do the example. If I zero everything out, the whole thing, I'm talking, here's my okay, to do that, I zero everything out. And you have an A with the final zeroed out. You have to take the final if you choose not to. You have an A. You're not going to do an A. So you're done. You will take that week, do some work if you need to, but then you will shift your work to another class that you're struggling in and focus primarily on those. So the goal is to be able to get you to know what your grade is. You're not surprised at the end. First semester or the first year I did this. I did not zero out classes. No one did. And the problem was is you get to the end and for some reason a few people didn't realize they take a final. Okay, then so they were like, cool, I got the D. Yeah. And then I zeroed out their final. And then they got the F. And then when they came back the semester after, I went, how did you give me if I had a D? Like, yeah, you didn't think you had to take a final? Like, it was there. Like, the semester test is there. Like, it didn't, like, I wasn't messing with you. And they're like, well, I didn't know. So it's not when you don't have to zero anything out. This is what I'm doing. So your grade will go down. Probably will go down. So just don't forget. It just means it will go down. And I will send you an email out saying, all your grades have been, like, at that point, have been zeroed out. Your grade is the lowest it will possibly be. Your grade can only go up from there. Please work diligently to get your stuff done. As soon as you hit your goal of grade, you're done with the class. Please move on to another class to make sure all your goals are met this semester. That's what we'll say pretty much. All right, so speaking of the science notebook, it's starting being due next week, May 11th. I realize May 11th is a Monday. It's not here. So starting next Tuesday, make sure if it's not a day like today, let me know when you're coming in. Because I may not be here. I may not. I don't know. So just make sure I'm here so you're not wasting your time. If you guys want to bring it next Friday to here, perfect. Next Friday, there's a whole bunch of people who have the science notebook out ready to go. I'll quickly go through the stuff, kick everyone off, and I'll start systematically going through and helping you guys get your grade. As soon as I grade your science notebook, it's done in my eyes. That means you can keep it, continue it on if you want to, do whatever you want with it. I recommend using it for the final. That's the biggest reason why I think I have you do it, is it helps you for the final, and it teaches you how to take notes. And so if you don't, great. But at that point, if you don't do it to me by the 22nd, you get a 0. If you give it to me on the 23rd, you're going to give me a 0. If you give it to me on the 24th, you're going to give me a 0. It's a 2-week window. There's absolutely no reason not to get it in. If you can't get it in, that's your opinion on one. All right, so make 11th through the 22nd, make sure I see this science notebook, and I have a form. The form, you fill it out, you grade yourself, and then afterwards, I grade it. My grade is one that matters, but I want to see what you really do think out of your stuff. I have some people say, I think I got 100%, and it's absolutely horrible. And I go, well, you're delusional. It's not that good. And I can explain why. Like, it just brings up the conversation. Some people are like really hard on themselves. I have one person say, oh, I got 40% probably, and then getting like a B on it, which is actually good. They are so focused on the few things that they missed, it wasn't that big of a deal. And it just makes them self-reflect a little bit better. Make sure all of your assignments are completed before the end of the semester. All quizzes are done. All tests are done. All labs that need to be completed. Now, if you, again, are going through Calculator UC straight into Calculator UC, you need to get those all done, and you have to do it in front of you. So hopefully you've been doing that. If you haven't, it's up to you to get that done. Get it on your own, or see if the points really matter towards your score. If you have a 75% in the class, and you have a 20 point lab to do, will it change your grade?
2%.
If that, 1% maybe, if that. So what? I mean, I'm saying you could do that if you want to learn. You're totally, it's good, but you're done. So it's kind of. All right. So just make sure you guys get that done. Welcome back, Jordan. Okay. The essential question is, I want to know what biome you live in. Okay. What biome do you live in, and what are the major abiotic and biotic factors within that biome?
Oh, I remember this from the first year.
Yeah. This
Guy here, guys.
it's just educating ability right there. Cheers. So again, few things we need to point out. When you read an essential question or any question, you need to make sure, do you understand all the language in the question? Any words in there you may not know right now. And don't feel stupid if you don't. Seriously, it's cool. If you're like, I don't understand what that means. Yeah.
I don't remember which one's abiotic and which one's biotic.
Perfect.
I always get those
That's awesome. I'll be honest with you. I get confused every once in a while. I have to remember this. A has A in front of something that means not or not. So, biotic, bio means life. So this is living. A is non-living. So abiotic is the non-living.
Thank you. I always get those.
Like there's even like these words that we use called synchronous or asynchronous. Synchronous means like together right now what we're doing. Asynchronous is not doing it. So it's like you going home and doing your work and you just like not helping you right there and there. Anything A is kind of used like the opposite. So good. Glad you're right. Does anyone know what biome is? Because no one reads ahead for biome. I'm going to say no one did. I'm going to throw it out there. Y'all know what biome is right now? Go home. Put labor sections on. Yes. Later. Oh, you didn't say. They want to stay. I don't know. All right, so these are biome. What we're going to learn is we're going to go from the organism to individuals to a community to an environment. Boom, boom, boom. Make our way up to the big thing called biome. The biome is a huge area of the exact same type of animal, exact same type of climate, the exact same type of everything. Now, anyone here ever been around the world anywhere else other than you? Okay, we got 4 hands up on you. Where have you been? Okay, you've been in Japan. What does it look like? Not the people, not the thing. What does the environment look like? Near where there's environment, because there's a lot of non-environment areas, so they were put all down.
Kind of tropical, like there's a lot of trees, a lot of sun.
Is it hot?
And the summer got really big.
Is it hot? Is it cold during the winter? Okay, this right there is not tropical. We're going to learn that. It means that it's probably coniferous or like a forest, the boreal or coniferous forest. So we understand, like in general, that's it. You took that same information you gave me, and I go to Maine, Massachusetts. You're in Massachusetts? Okay, so Massachusetts. What does it look like?
It is full of trees.
Full trees.
It's cold most of the year.
Cold most of the year. Hot.
It gets really hot during the summer for like 6 weeks.
So it's basically the exact same weather probably as Japan. Ish. Okay? And they have the same biome. As long as they're both the same type of tree. Okay? Conifers are the ones that do not have one. Alright, so that's what a biome is. So we're going to have to figure out, we're going to talk about what we live. Believe it or not, this area here is very similar to Santa Barbara, which is exactly very similar to the south of France. The south of France, not even near here. You don't see the France, right? So it's not like down the street. It's a whole other part of the world. And they have the exact same environment. It's because they land in they have very certain conditions we're going to talk about. Okay, so first of all, the study of the interactions that take place among organisms and their environment. What is that called? Anyone think of that word?
biodiversity?
Biodiversity is different animals. So example, you, or, yeah, you're human. So if you're hanging out with a whole bunch of other animals, like a whole bunch like in a zoo, there'd be a lot of biodiversity because there's a bunch of different types of animals. This word is something called, oh, I'm sorry, it's basically ecology. I apologize. Ecology is the study of that. You're good? Okay.
I just turned off my glasses, so it's
Oh, do you want to say closer?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, let me know if you do, okay? I'm here for you. Okay, so biosphere. Now, we have these different words. Biosphere, atmosphere, geosphere, chronosphere, all these spheres. Why? Because Earth is round. Just means on Earth in general. Good. Bio. What is bio again? We talked about this a second ago. Bio stands for what? Life. So it's the life on the sphere, life on Earth. Perfect. That's exactly the definition. So the part of the Earth that supports life, the top portion of Earth's crust. You guys all don't live in the ground, right? Yeah. You live in the ground? Just making sure you don't live in the ground. Some people live in the ground in Pennsylvania, right? Where I was born. People literally, there's a hill, there's a door. It looks like a holiday house. The reason why is it stays warm during the winter and it's cold during, it's perfect temperature all the way. It's like the perfect way to live, to be honest with you. It really is.
I was born in a volcano.
Just in case anyone didn't know that, I was born in a volcano. I was born in Mordor. She's like, I know people do it. That's pretty cool. Brother keeps throwing stuff in there and keeps showing it. No one got these references to Lord of the Rings? Sure. I just got like 4 references on here. Making sure. All right. So all the water that covers the surface. Okay. Now all the water on the surface is called a hydrosphere. This water is on there, but it supports the biosphere. You guys all drink water. You guys are made of water, believe it or not, and you also perspire. You get rid of water. Very importantly, you don't drink water, you die. Bottom line. No water, no life. No breathing, no life. No food, no life. So again, biosphere is what supports the atmosphere around the Earth. Again, that supports the biosphere, but the atmosphere is its own sphere. It's an abiosphere. It's just wind, air, nitrogen, oxygen, a bunch of stuff that we need.
Like every day of your life.
Theoretically, it has water. It has a lot of water, technically. It's like surf and water. Yeah. Carbon. So yes, you could. I mean, over there drinking it. So it's like, good point. I like this non-water item. Yeah, no, my wife, I'll be honest with you, my wife's grandfather, they say he's never had water. Like he does not like water, period. I've never seen him drink water, ever. All he drinks is warm Coca-Cola. Cannot be cold. Because where he grew up in Mexico, they don't have refrigerators. So that's what he grew up with, so that's what he likes. And every time I go to see him, I bring him the big, made in Mexico, warm Coke. That's what I bring to him every time I go. What's the best?
No, warm is the best.
Oh, no, warm, worse. One from there. Well, you should. Okay. Let's go with it. Yes, you should drink water. Coca-Cola has like 40-something grams of sugar. It's bad for you. Real sugar. You know what? I always wondered that, John. Can you be allergic to water? I'm going to say no.
There are
There's
people
people
who
that are allergic to
they
water.
have stuff on the internet where like people they go in the shower and then start freaking out.
I'm guessing it's something else in the water.
No,
Because H2O, I don't know. That'd be good for you guys to do research and send it to me because I would say that's a little counterproductive of your body. Like, I need this to live. I'm allergic to it. Like, you know what I mean? That was like, to me it's counterproductive. It's like, I'm allergic to air. Every time I breathe, my lungs hurt. It's like, well, then you're not going to live very long. Okay, I'm saying. You need that. So I'm thinking the same thing to water. I have this weird thing that if your body really needed it to survive, I'm pretty sure it'll get really quickly past the allergic stage. I'll be honest with you, I've actually wondered before if you were to starve someone to the point of almost death, and you were to give them the food that they're allergic to,
would their body go into the shock, or would it override the shock to stay alive? I always wondered that. No, you shouldn't try that because, no, okay. Disclaimer on the internet, do not try that. But in general, I always wondered that because your body, your brain, okay, what that is when you eat something you're allergic to it, it's your body saying, bleh. That's what it is. It's your body having a reaction to what you eat. That's what it is. It's not because it's a bad food. It's your body reading it wrong. It thinks it's bad, so there's all these things to try to get rid of it. That's what that shock is. That's the why you can die from it. But if your brain needs it to stay alive, wouldn't it say, hey, yo, you guys don't want to get all crazy and go get all puffed up and make the person's throat swell? Relax. We need that. Let's see. I'm just wondering. I always thought that. I'm weird. I sit back and I think of stuff like that. That's one of the things I came up with. Too bad it's not 19? Oh, yeah. Back in the day, you're like, yeah. Go for it. All right. Yeah, just in case. Yeah, might as well. I mean, no one's using them. Not you guys. So you guys score that now. All right, real quick, I just told you about this now. The atmosphere, all these things are different spheres. Lithosphere is basically the ground. The hydrosphere is water. Ecosphere is, actually don't use it, I don't know why I said. That's like all of them together. And then you have your atmosphere. Now, all of those are inside of the biosphere because you need all of them. You need to be able to walk on the ground. We don't float. I wish, but we just don't float. We need the ground. It also provides nutrients for the biosphere, for food and things like that. We need, because things are in the ground growing. Hydrosphere, obviously water. A lot of people don't call it hydrosphere because hydro, no one uses that word anymore. But it is a word for water. One word that's not up there that is actually, I believe, set inside of K-12 is the chronosphere. C-R-A-N-O-S-P-H-E-R. And that is just the ice on the earth, which I don't like to say that because I believe the hydrosphere, because it's water, should be a part of it. It's made of water. It's just different species. Like Alaska, it's a state, right? Hopefully you guys caught the fact that I'm talking about states of matter. All right. An ecosystem are all organisms that live in the area and the non-living features in the environment. So the ecosystem is you living around the outside. For example, I'm looking around today. I see a jacket, long sleeve, jacket, long sleeve, jacket. Where do the short sleeves? Now you got a jacket probably maybe somewhere. No, just roll it deep. The fact it's not cold, good. Most of the people, because when they walked outside today, only today, because it's the weather today, it's cold. What did you do? You put more clothes on. You reacted to your environment. You didn't like go, hey, bathing suit time, woo! And like go outside and freeze. I agree. I don't think it's that cold either. That's the way your body reacts to it. Other people right now will freeze. Your body. I agree. We need rain, but it really annoys me when we get it. But in general, you guys made a change. You really did. As organisms, well, you will think you're human. You're just an organism like anything else. You just think you're smarter than anyone else. In general, you guys made a change. You had changed your clothes to make sure you adapt to the environment. If it got colder, you would put more clothes on. If it got super warm, you'd have, the shirts would be different. You'd have shorts on, something like that. You are really reacting to your environment. Same with animals. Animals, when they react to their environment, they're either made to live in their environment or they go underground and they hibernate, things like that, to stay alive. It's really kind of an interesting thing. You react to your environment. Whatever the abiotic factors are, you react to those. So levels of organization. Within humans, this is the way they set it up for you. Your house is really small. Okay, it's probably big, but small in comparison to the world. So you have your house. Your house is part of the town or a city. Your city is part of the state. Your state is part of the United States or country. And then your country is part of a continent, and then your continent is part of the world. See how it went from small to big? They're all correct. I can say I live in the world. Anyone not disagree with me? I live on Earth. In your case. Okay, I live in the Earth.
I live on Earth. Now I'll say, do I live in North America? Is that wrong? No, I do. Now I can't live in South America. No. Now if I say I live in California.
Some people can disagree with that, so
Now,
say that there is just one American one.
there's one America.
American.
There's one America. This is America. Okay, but in general, this is what we'll know the stuff. I know what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that you could sit there, but it's just broad. You break it down smaller and smaller. The same thing, exact same thing you could do with levels of organization in general for organisms. You are an organism. That's all you are. No, not saying you're not like knocking you down, but it's just an organism. Just like, dogs or things. They're just an organism. You're just smarter than them. And those move. Some people like this. Okay? That's cool. Good for us. But you're an organism. You are made up of a population. You need population. Just like myself, I'm an individual. As soon as I walk in the room, we have a population together. And all of us are together in population. We're all the same though, right? We're all human. Is there anything other than human in this room? Don't answer that. Don't look around. They tell you like, no, but we're all human. We're all the same. Just like a pack of dogs. They're a population of dogs. Now, as soon as you start adding other things, you have community. You have me hanging out with dogs, and there's horses, and I don't know why there's cows there all of a sudden. There's boars running around, all of us hanging out with each other. Dinosaurs. There's dinosaurs now. We're talking about theoretical, right? Okay, but you don't even pet dinosaurs, I know that. So we all hang out. We're now a community of a whole bunch of different organisms all interacting with each other. I love to eat cows. I like to eat cows. I eat chickens, I eat cows, I eat the stuff that comes from chickens, I eat stuff from cows. I don't care, all the big. Hey, Katie, there right now, drop it, cut it up, eat it. Bacon, good. Bacon, you gotta cook it. Just burn it, you're good. Good, fine, protein. But what I'm getting at is that these communities are made of biomes. Now, what it doesn't say on this slide that I don't like is what is the interaction of the environment. So, example, it's all of us, but how do we interact? Like, I can take a whole bunch of dogs, cats, hamsters, and koalas. I have a koala now. Just so you know, in my realistic world, I have a koala. And I have all of you guys. Now, we all go to the desert. Get us all hang out. We're going to act differently than if I said, let's go to the North Pole and hang out. Some of the animals won't be able to survive. They're not made for that environment, they will die. We might die actually too, because we don't have the ability to survive in certain climates. That's why not many people live in the North Pole. It's not such a cool place to hang out. They don't build like a second Vegas up there for everyone to go to.
What animal would die first?
What? The cat, the dog,
The cow.
the cow, crop. In the desert? Or
In the North Pole.
I would say cat. Wait, did I say pig? Wait, big guy first. Big guy second. You can say they have the reason why the big guy is first. This is how I see it. Bottom line. Let's be straight about that. It has a whole bunch of fat on it. I need the fat to stay alive in that part. And plus, you guys don't realize in survival situations, you can burn the fat to create fire, and that's what can help you stay alive too. The cow will go second.
Wouldn't the cow be beneficial if they're alive?
No, not even. You kill a whole bunch of food. I don't even know that much. You know what I have? I have water. Water is needed instead of water. You don't need all of those things. Yeah. And then afterwards you start, I don't like the cat. I'm a dog person, a cat.
What happened to that?
And then dogs, they're being a dog hanging out until revolting. With my best friend. Oh, the koala? The koala ran off.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was weird. Like I went to bed one night, I woke up and it ran off. It was. I think it took part of the king and left. I'm thinking that's what happened. But in general, we're talking about how do things survive. We're going to get more into that as we start breaking this down further. And so, population, we kind of know that, all the same species. We're going to kind of real quick shift gears. We're going to talk about this thing called succession. You saw that hopefully in your K-12 weapon. It's called succession. There's primary and secondary succession. Let's get to that. We talked about all that. Habitats where they live. Cool for us. No, we're going that later apparently. I'll move it around. Real quick, competition within individuals. Now, there's competitions between, like, me and, like, example, me and the koala. Me and the koala probably fought a little bit over the hit, right? Just a little bit. We fought because we're going to get a competition on who's eating the koala. Don't know. Mine does. Mine does. Hey, everyone else in the world eats only their herbivores, except for mine. I train mine.
Your koala runs too.
Yeah, my koala runs.
Yeah,
I have a special koala.
that is perfect.
But there's competition. Like in this room right now, who here is super duper hungry right now? Okay, real fast. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does everyone agree that pizza is the best food on the planet?
No.
Yeah, you guys know that. Okay, what's the best food ever?
Bacon.
Bacon. Does anyone agree bacon's awesome?
Yes.
Okay, we're just agreeing bacon's awesome. So we're super hungry. I bring in 5 strips of bacon.
I would still only eat it.
There it is. I don't know everyone eats. Not literally. The problem is, no, literally. Okay, good. That's fine. Don't worry about me. So the M9 one, but no. But we have competition. Literally, if we were in a room alone and it was there doing food, we fight for it. And I'll be honest with you, humans don't do that because we are set things up in social norms that we don't do that. But if you have 2 dogs, you throw a bone in between them, they're going to fight because it's in their body. Believe it or not, that stuff is in you. It is. It's, I'll be honest with you, it's in you. I'll be real. If you got super hungry and it was down good, that would come out. You just growl at each other. You don't say it was good. Did you growl? If I had to feed my child over you feeding, I would win. Does that make sense? If I had to feed my son, this is a real thing. If I had my little 2-year-old son, and there's food, he couldn't fight for it, but I can guarantee you will lose. No, I just guarantee it. No matter what, and that's a real thing. Okay. That's a humanistic nature that does not show up, except for when there's a survival situation or a disaster. And that does show up. Unfortunately, it does. Hopefully, we never have to see that, but it does occur. We are not much different than that. Just want to make sure there is competition for food. Yes, dogs, cats, all that stuff. Humans too. Wait to see what happens next time there's a disaster in an area. What happens to the grocery store? Then we're like, "Excuse me, sir. Let me get in there so I can get some water." No, they're like, "Move, and get out of the way." That because they're having competition for food. You're seeing the realistic situation. Space is also competition. If I could, everyone here, only one person can move onto the beach into a beautiful $1 million mansion. It would also fight for it. Much do you know?
Albert.
No, I'm saying, like, in general, though. Wow! She's all. Ever sleeping? It's mine. No, but there'd be competition for space. That's the reason why there's a housing market. That's the reason why when you try to move that area, it costs $2 million. Money is a way to compete for space. In real estate, that's what that is. And however much money people pay for it, that's what it's worth to them. Space in the animal kingdom the same way. If there's this really good tree and it has all these dates all over it, and you eat dates, and there's other person eats dates, you're looking at each other going, "That's my tree." And then you're like, "No, it's my tree." Well, we're going to figure that out real quick. And they fight. Monkeys, chimpanzees, all these things, they have all these fruits and whatnot in the environment. They will fight over it. It's a real thing. It happens every day. It's happening right now. And you guys will also compete for space as well down the road. The last one, I added that because I wasn't on this slide, and you have to put it on their name. Like, you are fighting for the best possible outcome of your children to be the most successful in intellect, in size, in everything. That's just what it is. That's the competition you have. Animals have the exact same one. Basically, the biggest, strongest biggest, strongest bull, biggest, strongest lion, biggest, strongest whatever, comes down and says, "I'm going to pick the one that I want to have children with. The rest of you guys can pick whoever I want." That's what it is. And what happens is that then another bull comes and goes, "No. I like that particular animal as well. And so I want to have children with them." And then they both look at each other and go, "And we're fighting." And then they fight. Then one will show superior dominance over the other. The other one will run off. And there you go. That's The lions do. The tigers do. That's what every major animal in the world does. They have a way to show dominance over another animal, and then it's a way for them to fight for a mate. All these things are competitions. Believe it or not, you guys have the same competition. Competition caused by growth affects organisms in many ways, including humans. If there's a whole bunch of choices out there, so you know what? You don't have to worry about that $1 million answer. There's about 1,000 of those. There's enough for all of us. Are we going to fight? Yeah. No. Not going to fight. There's enough of them. As soon as you start getting rid of them, as soon as you get rid of them, even if I put 8, let's fight. 6, let's fight. I mean, more fighting than there were 8. Down to 1 to the point where we're really fighting. Okay? It's how much do you have? Same with food. If there's just so much food, we don't know what to do with it. We're like, no fighting. I love you. You're my friend. Yum, 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 yum. All of a sudden, that goes away. It's like, and you touch my food, I will kill you. That's what animals do. My dog.
Are you saying you have food?
Are you saying you have food, Mr. Hayden? Because you just changed the ball. No, but in general, like my minor thing happened with like my dog. My dog, little petite, like poodle-ish type, really manly dog. Okay, little poodle-ish type dog. I love them. And never showed dominance. I trained her not to ever show aggression or dominance. So she's very passive. She'll roll over on her stomach. If a kid or a baby walks up, she automatically is trained to roll over to her stomach and to give up dominance over a child. Simply because I didn't want her to bite my stuff. And so I trained her about that. The other day, I had this huge like rib bone I bought with meat left on it and all this, and I threw it to her there. It's actually really nice piece of meat, so I was throwing it over, but I threw it to her, she's eating it, and my dog and my son saw a bone that was like a 1.5 feet long, it's like a special cut. And he's like, oh, and he walks over there, and as he's reaching out, she was, she didn't do that 2 seconds after I got there. Because I redirected her behavior really quick. And, but she showed something. She showed the competition. She thought my son was going to eat it. That's what her mind was. He's taking this from me, this isn't happening. She was ready to bite and fight. This is a non-dominant, docile dog, and if she walked in here right now, literally would get looking at everyone, would jump on you, would not show. You would be like, that is the greatest dog ever. She really is an awesome dog. In that moment, she turned to like, I'm going to rip this face off. And again, all female in competition because of a survival instinct that is ingrained in dogs. It's also ingrained in you. It's just you guys hide it. Okay. Limiting factors is kind of important. And a limiting factor is something that limits growth. So, for example, there's only so much food for 50 people. Then how many people are going to be in? 51, 1. 52, 2 guys. 53, 3 guys. 50 people. That's a limiting factor, say, for food or water or anything else that limits that. It's something called carrying capacity. We have that here in this world. If you only have so much food for a certain number of people, that is the amount of people that live. It's a graph that literally just goes like this over the top and underneath. It's, okay, there's enough food, let's go and have babies. Not enough food, don't have babies. And it's what it is. Third world countries go through this all the time. They don't have fresh water. That's why, as Americans, that we have all this money, believe it or not, no matter how poor you are better off than 70% of the world. And we spend, so they need to put a well in, it's like $1,200. $1,200. Put a well in the ground. Everyone in the school gave $5, whole village would have water forever. Think about that. I'm sorry, it went up. Saying inflation, it used to be like $1,200. But in general, it depends on how far you can take from your face. But in general, you could do that. And they have a limiting factor of water in that area. You cannot just have millions of people living in an area where there's no water. They're going to die. That's why animals don't go over the carrying capacity. This is ingrained in their head. There's not enough food. I'm going to stop having children. Or, I'm going to have children, but I'm going to kill them and their children. Just keep my children alive. That's what happens in animal kingdom. But there's a carrying capacity. Only so much they can stay alive. Well, we're not going to get into the whole government doesn't know what they're doing type thing. But whatever, yeah. But in general, yeah, could be a limiting factor down the road. If it got so bad where you turn on your water and nothing came out. A real thing. You go to turn on your water and nothing comes out of it for months. Are you living in your house anymore? No. You're moving. I'm moving. We're going to a whole other, hey, Colorado, here we go.
whole bunch of water. And we're going to go there. Guess what? Carrying capacity down here will lower to the point where there is enough water for, say, 500 people, whatever it is. The rest are all moving away. That's the exact relationship that happens to real animals every day. I believe that there are going to be effects of limiting factors in your lifetime. Food, water, other things, there will be a limiting factor. We're growing, I think there's like 9 billion people on this planet. I'm saying 9 billion for fun. If not, give us a few years. It have a tendency to multiply pretty quick. So in general, it's like 9 billion people, whatever it is. I don't really care. Give me a billion, that's a lot. Think of how much produce needs to come out of the ground to feed you. Just you. Every day. Multiply that times billion. Every day needs to grow out of the ground. Also, your trash goes in the trash can. I fill up a big black thing of trash every single day. I'm one person with 3 other people in my house. 2 of them. 1 of them. Think of how much trash every day goes to that big hole that they build. And that's a limiting factor too. You just run around. It's crazy. They bury it. They compact it, and if it's fine, they put vents there, they put dirt on top of it, and they sell it, and you put housing on it, like they did in Ladera Ranch.
It's called, yeah, Marietta.
Yeah, it's called Marietta and Ladera Ranch. That's called some parts of Brea. That's what it is. It's not hurt you, it's down there. They have vents sticking up everywhere to let the methane and stuff go because it doesn't blow up. Awkward laugh. All right, so the thing called secession is a natural, gradual change in the type of species that live in an area. Secession, there's primary and secondary. Primary secession is like nothing is there, just rocks. Nothing alive. And all of a sudden some dust comes flying in, things die here and there, and hey, computers, see if those work. If not, I can get some people so they can work. And so primary is nothing is there and it's starting to grow. First you have these like little leeches, I believe they're called, and they come in and they start to grow on the rocks and they die and they grow more and they die and they grow more and they create soil. Then you have some bigger things come in. Once the ground has enough food, small animals will be like, hey, yo, there's food over there now. And they go and they check it out. I think it's essentially human. Think about this. In Elsinore, and over here in Canyon Lake, 15 years ago, there was their houses there. 20 years ago, 15 years.
Yeah.
Is there as much as there were?
No.
All the housing developments? No. I think in general, secession is the movement of something into another area. We are literally like seceding into the environment with our houses. We're changing the environment, and that's the same thing I think. The environment's changing itself. Think about it. The desert eventually ends. Desert, no anything. Eventually ends into an area where there are trees and stuff. Well, it depends on the situation. The trees can either go into the desert and start encroaching onto the desert as the environment starts, or the desert is bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. They're seceding onto each other. That's secondary. The idea of moving into another area, or something completely burns down, but there's still some stuff there, and it grows from that, that's secondary. There's stuff that's over there. You just grow it back again. Primary, again, is it begins basically with nothing. Secondary is soil regrowth. Remember that. Because if you ask like, what happens when like, everything burns down, what kind of secession is it? Secondary, because there's already stuff there. It's just growing back. Primary is like volcanic, like think of like Hawaii. Hawaii was a rock. You would disagree with that? It's a rock, big, huge lava rock.
It was a volcano. And then
Rock. Agreed. I would. No. I mean, it was stuff on the seafloor, but it just come up and bubbles over. It doesn't take it with it. And so you have this huge mass of just black, basaltic rock. And all of a sudden, all of a sudden you have Kauai, which they filmed Jurassic Park, which is basically a tropical, beautiful rainforest. They went from rock to rainforest in however many thousands of years, whatever it was. Secession, primary secession. These things grew on it, died, 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 grew on it, all these generations. Soil was there. Primaries that still treat one tree. One tree eventually. And it's just sort of rolling from there. You like my hand movements? It's amazing. You guys are missing on the online. So, passage of time starts with nothing, grows to huge areas. This is primary succession. Starts with nothing over here to the left, then over time, makes its way to have huge soil. Good soil is typically large areas. Now, animals don't usually like areas where there's no food. You guys don't move to Death Valley. You guys don't move to Death Valley. There's no food. No water. No resources. We don't like it there. We don't live there. But you live in areas where there's food. A lot of people live in the forest. A lot of people live near the water. Why? Water, food. Washington, perfect place. Whole bunch of animals, whole bunch of water. Just cold. Once you get to humans, it's cold. I'm a baby.
It's really rainy.
I'm a baby, it's cold.
There's never one day where it's like an
Is it under 65 degrees? Yeah, it's cold. Disagree. All right, here's the pictures of it. 1, sort of rocks. 2, these things starting to die out. Then you have 3, little beefy plants starting to grow. Those plants will grow, they'll die, grow, die, cease, grow, die, grow, die. Over generations. I'm talking like hundreds of years of just growing and death, growing and death, growing and death, growing and death. Finally, there'll be a bigger plant, number 4, that eventually establishes itself, starts to grow into number 5. Eventually bushes, other things start to grow. You have these dominant species of plants starting to grow. Once you have the food there, the animals go, hey, there's food there, move there. And they start moving into the new housing complexes that are being developed. Just like us as humans, we do that with all. So primary succession, these little dinky things start to grow. There is literally an area of brand new succession.
So it's not like the primary
Yeah.
succession means like the scenario over like a million years
Yeah.
or something.
From the rainforest.
Yeah.
Guess what? It works.
Well, I know they're really understanding everything.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what you're saying. It's true. As the continents move in latitude, just the fact of shifting latitude, it's going more north, there'll be more rain, it'll start to secede downward, and then it'll start to grow down below. It's hard to explain it like without like showing you it graphically, but think of the whole continent of Africa moving up. The whole thing moving up. And there's these lines of latitude that don't move. They're like a straight line, you know, like where the sun hits it. As it moves up, literally, it'll start growing downwards where all the plants are at, and then the south of the desert will start to become more desert. It'll just shift downward and down, down, down. Then it hits the water, it keeps moving north, no more desert. It can see completely over millions of years. So this area, by the way, was an ocean. Right now, this was an ocean back in the day. We're underwater if we were here millions of years ago. So if you're like, I'm going to go a million years ago, right here, don't do that. You're going to be under like 40, 50 feet of water. And you wouldn't be a good thing, all right? So primary and secondary shows the fire things that just burned down already there. Pioneer species are the first ones into that area. They're the pioneers. They are the first ones. That's like you know, the pioneers for the American pioneers. They're the ones that went, I'm going to go west, young man. Haven't I been told? California is full of whiskey. Winds moving out all night. We're going to sing the Brooks and Dunn. It's an old song. But in general, when you go west, young man, the idea of moving or pioneering across, the same thing. We are moving across into a new environment. Those little species, little beefy things, they're moving their way into a whole area where they're the first one. Pioneer. First ones into the area. Those are rocks. Are we good?
Yeah.
Perfect. So, yep, see the little moss and stuff? Those are the beginnings. Climax is when it's basically done getting into what it's supposed to look like for that environment. So that would be it right there. Here, biomes. Large geographic areas with similar climates and ecosystems. Here are a picture of what it looks like. Anything that's orange has the exact same environment. So this right here is the same as here, same as here, same as here, same as there, there, and there. All the exact same stuff. Same environment. You go one, if I drop you off in one, and you just look around them. Rainforest. And you drop down the one on a whole other part of the world. Rainforest. The only difference is, oh, it's here.
That means I'm not in this area because there's no snake here in this whatever area. I don't think there's snakes in Hawaii. I don't think there's business in Hawaii. So if you went to my drop off and what island are you on? And you're like, well, there's koalas. So I'm going to take a guess. I'm probably on an island in Australia. That? Yeah, but there's an island. It's an island! Well, because if I said this whole landmass, yes. But if I said Australia, yeah, an island. Like for a second, you need to think for a second. No, it's not. Technically, there is no such thing as island because everything's got to each other underground, like, right? The water's just around it. Alright, but in general, so right here, like this area here is the same as here, which happens to be mountains. Mountains. Himalayas, mountains. By the way, the mountains here and the mountains here are the same. They're in the exact same generation. They're literally the exact same mountains. They got pulled away from each other over and over again. Do you guys notice something that how these put together? And then like these, kids, and this looks like it fell off right there. Like, look at it. You can really take this and go, got a match.
They all go together.
Because of the continental drift theory, Mr. Wagner, what do you know? Completely fake. Agreed. All right, real fast. These are the biomes. We have the tundra, the teak, the desert, temperate deciduous forest, temperate rain forest, tropical rainforest, grasslands, and I added the last one was the chaparral. Some books don't talk about the chaparral, but we're going to because we live in one, and it's important to talk about where we live. But it's moving into the desert, yes, but if you go towards like that area, it's more rainforest. Like you see those shrubs that are like annoying to walk through when you put the water, that's basically not huge trees, but a bunch of like bushes, really waxy substances that protect itself and burns really bad when it's fine. Tundra is area like permafrost area, a very small little plants grow there, not many animals, maybe some little easy things. Now, when I teach this and I go like full semester of this stuff, or about full many weeks, we actually go into a lot of like ideas of like survival, because for me, when you learn to think about survival, you're thinking of how an animal would live in that area. You're a human, if I said, okay, we're going to go move in that area, okay, I'm going to build a house, toilets on the house, let's see, I'm going to, and my wife, she really, like, when we go camping, she wants to go into a cabin. That's camping there. So we talk in general about survival. The reason why is that people start thinking themselves as an actual animal, not as a human. So, if I was moving to the tundra right now, what would I need? Lots of something that humans not dead. Water, fat. Water? Fat, you're right. No, that's why there's people in Alaska that have, they fill a lot of the wells, and they use the well. The blubber. The blubber. It's actually a very needed thing in there. Important stuff. Right? But in general, I would need to not, when I say, okay, I'm going to go find myself a deer, maybe not a lot of deer in the desert, maybe, but probably little rodents running around eating little, like, other things that are on my ground. Not much in that area. It's like, think about it, they literally get there, and there's like a few months where it's like random little leaves and stuff, like growing, and then everything dies. It's probably not a good area to live. But as you start making your way down, they can, but they don't just chill in that area and hang out. They typically go eat somewhere else and then go back to that area. So as you make your way down, there's a deciduous and there's also conifers. The temperate rainforest is one that, temperate just means it does get like cold and warm. It does rain a lot during one season, not so much in the other. The full-on tropical rainforest is it rains all the time. Continue. And you guys, make sure you just know the differences between those two like a test. So you go to point out, if I said to you, this is an area that has, it's really hot during the summer, really cold during the winter, and there's absolutely no rain. No rain should pick that up. Desert. By the way, super cold during the winter. Like some of the coldest temperatures on Earth happen in Death Valleys because there's no moisture to hold any temperature. Huh? Technically, because there is low precipitation, you're 100% spring. A lot of people don't know that. smart machines?
I do them.
Oh, yeah, you do. Look, you answered all the questions. Someone not smart, you know everything. Think about that. All right. So the chaparral, we have all these grasslands. Just make sure you know like what the rainfall is during the thing, know what the seasons look like, know the temperatures, okay? That's it. Make sure you guys sign out. I'll get this thing set up for you guys over here. Make sure you guys sign out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Question out here, huh? If you have any stuff, I'll be over here. Let me stop the recording. You guys on the internet, so have a good rest of your day. Make sure the essential question gets put in the Dropbox. There you go.